What is the play about?
The play is about, I guess, a series of different stories, vignettes, all focus on, I would say, racism and sexism, but specifically I would say like violence towards women, and also like the female experience and like female sexuality and things like that. I think they're the most important things for me about the play.
When you were writing it or when you were performing it, did you feel a bit uncomfortable because most of your audience were white? And how was it performing to a majority white audiences, because they wouldn't get some of the things that you were saying?
There's definitely some lines in there where I'm like, okay, we're actually going to say this in front of this very white audience. This should be interesting, but usually it goes quite well. But sometimes actually I feel like really powerful saying it in front of a white audience, because I'm kind of like, well, you're sat here now, you have to sit and listen to my experience. Like, you have to, like, you have no choice right now unless you to get up and walk out, which thankfully no one did. But especially like the part where she's talking about, you know, like, I used to be like scared of my colour and blah blah blah, and I used to wear it with anger. Like, that always, I kind of feel like this is my moment to tell you this, and it's the only moment you're probably going to listen to me, so I'm going to say it now. So, yeah.
What do you think is one of the main big issues that black girls face today?
Oh wow, that's a big question. There's so many. I think sometimes maybe there's a lot. I would say like opportunities are a big one. That's still like a big thing. A lot of people say to me like, oh, you know, why is this opportunity, you know, like for BAME artists or like so forth. And actually it's really difficult to get your work up there as like a black woman. And then I think sometimes maybe just being yourself can sometimes be difficult. Because I know for me, like, I grew up in like a very white environment, so sometimes like, you know, it's just like, oh, I have to hide this part of my culture and hide this part, and I don't want to be looked down on, blah 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 blah. But I think as you get older, you kind of just start ignoring that side of yourself a bit more.
Yeah. And what are your ideas or thoughts when people say, oh, you're black, you're supposed to act like this, or you're not the typical black person? How do you feel when people say that, and what do you think they should say instead? Or
it annoys me a lot, because I had that a lot growing up, and it really irritates me. But I think now, honestly, like, if I heard that comment now, I would just ignore it, because life is too short and I just don't have the time to deal with like so much nonsense all the time. So I kind of fight other things now, like bigger things. Like, if people want to be prejudiced, that's the thing. There's only so much you can say to people sometimes, I think.
And have ever said that to you, like, oh, you don't act like a black person? Or
I haven't had that, I don't think, but a lot of my black friends have had that. The one that they get all the time is very much like, you don't speak like a black person just because they're speaking well, which just completely baffles me and irritates me a lot. But that happens to a lot of my friends, but I haven't had that.
So if you had to choose someone who you think is, to you, what a black person is, who would you choose and why?
Oh, that's interesting. This is like cheating the question, but like, a black person is whoever the black person wants to be, you know. I wouldn't pick a specific person and be like, that is our goal as a black woman. I can say like inspiring black women in general. Like, I'm obsessed with Maya Angelou at the moment. I just can't stop reading her poetry. Like Beyonce, like all these like very empowering, but I wouldn't say like, this is what you've got to be if you're a black woman, because we can't all be Beyonce, so. Yeah.
So you don't think there's any kind of categories that you need to tick to be black, or?
No, like, I guess like, once you're black, you're black. I would just hope that like everyone who is black is like proud of being black, you know. I think that is something to bear in mind, to be proud of it.
Yeah. If you met someone who was also wanted to be a playwright and who's black and a female, not even just a female, just a black playwright, what advice would you give them? What would you say to encourage them when they get demotivated?
I would say to be honest and write what they want to write, and not write what they think they have to be writing, and then also not think about how it's going to do after it's written, if that makes sense. So like, in the time of writing it, just focus on telling the best story that you can, and then figure out the rest later. Yeah.
Great, thanks very much, thank you.
Thank you.